Okay, so for those of you guys who may not know us, just a quick little intro. My name is Kelsey. I am a physical therapist and also the head nutrition coach here at the gym. And then we have Stacy.
Hello.
You can find me at the noon class most days. And when do you work out most days?
9 a.m.
9?
Yeah.
Cool. So we are excited for this month's nutrition talk. This is something that we're going to try to do every other month for you guys. But then we're really excited about our 6-week nutrition challenge coming up as well. So it's going to fall in line with the Open, geared towards helping you guys kickstart healthy habits, but also crush your performance during the Open. So that's what this talk tonight is going to be all about, and we're excited. Yeah. So let's we're going to get some slides pulled up for everybody. Facebook Live, no slides for you, sorry. But if you watch the recording later, you'll see them. Okay. I'm going to share the screen. We are not tech savvy people, so thank you for bearing with us. Okay. People on Zoom, can everybody see the screen okay? See slides popped up? Thanks for the thumbs up. All right, so we're excited. The Open is like here, which is crazy. I feel like we've been waiting a long time for the Open. And we're excited that we get to tie nutrition in with it this year here at a CrossFit Identity. So today we're going to talk about fueling for performance. We work hard in the gym all year long, and we want to see that hard work pay off. Nutrition at the foundation is the foundation of our fitness. And tonight we're going to talk about how the food you eat the day before an event, immediately after, and in the recovery phase will have an impact on your performance. Yes, Anna?
Do y'all want us to see it as presenter mode, or do you want it to just be the slide? You just have to switch it.
Ooh, I think I know what to do. Okay.
Okay.
Pause.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you. Like I said,
it happens in class all the time.
Thank you. Thumbs up, Anna. Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.
Okay, so we're on a roll now. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to make that a little bigger. All right. Okay. So question for you. Have you ever started a workout and then you really quickly realize you did not have enough in the tank to finish it? I think a lot of us have been there. We've hit that wall. You're 15 minutes or, 18 minutes into what is, maybe halfway through your workout, and you feel terrible. And it feels like the clock is just moving so slow. I can say this, I told Kelsey, I've heard it from my 9 o'clock class frequently. They just don't know what to eat for breakfast before they come in the gym. A lot of them will just tell me they managed to just get some coffee in and that's all they've had. That's our group of what I like to call our primary caretaker class. These are a lot of our parents.
They're the real deal, you guys.
Yeah, they're doing good. They've fed kids, they've driven people to school, they've done all the things. And, lo and behold, a lot of them come in without having any breakfast. So, we do have those conversations a lot. And tonight we're going to get into some really easy and convenient foods that you can have before you work out, whether it's at the 9 a.m. class, or I even have a client who works out in the evening, and this was a struggle for her. And we've really figured some things out for her. So
timing is everything. We're going to talk about it. So before we dive into it though, I want to just briefly talk about who this talk is geared for. And really the answer is everybody. But we're going to talk about the best ways to fuel the day before an event, in our case, the Open, the day of, and how to best fuel for recovery. But you can kind of apply these things in general to your daily fitness as well. Before we begin though, I do want to be more specific with kind of when we talk about these things, our frame of mind that we should have with them. So the truth is, a majority of people don't really need to do anything super detailed or specific beyond just focusing on eating mostly whole foods, balancing out our proper portions, and eating mindfully to reach our goals. This means we don't need to weigh every gram, track every ounce, tie ourselves to a food logging app. to be successful. Focusing on balance and practicing good nutrition is what most of us in general really need to be doing. We highly recommend having the foundational habits nailed down before trying to dive into the rabbit hole of major tracking, okay? To be honest with you, most of our nutrition clients don't log and track their food. And that's just something we try to practice with people, is nailing down the foundations first. And we're going to talk about the foundations today. And then some other things that you can do to enhance that as well. But once you've mastered the basics, if you have a more specific goal, like a major competition or a photo shoot or something like that, that is when it's appropriate to start dialing it in a lot more. But today we're going to focus on the basics, and the basics that apply to everyone, no matter how high level or scaled or whatever it is you are. So this applies to everybody. We want you to be able to take your nutrition to the next level, for both your health, but also for your performance.
All right, so fueling the day before. So a lot of times it's stressed to eat more carbohydrates the day before an event in order to increase your glycogen stores. We'll talk more about glycogen stores and the biggest mistake that athletes make when they're told to eat more carbs. Just to talk a little bit more scientifically about glycogen, glycogen is the storage form of the carbohydrates we eat. Glycogen can be found mostly in the liver as well as in our muscle tissue. In fact, glycogen accounts for about 6% of our liver's total weight and about 1 to 2% of our muscle tissue. The actual amount of glycogen storage a person has depends on factors such as how much you exercise, how much skeletal muscle mass you have. The glycogen stores in the muscles are primarily used to fuel the muscle tissue, while the glycogen in the liver is distributed throughout the body when needed. So knowing this information, people started to realize they needed to eat more carbs to fuel their workouts. While this is true, it turned into eating mounds of pasta. I think those of us who've run races before, I've run a handful of half marathons, and it always just blew my mind, the pasta dinner they would, give to the runners the night before. And in retrospect, I mean, the ship,
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, that ship had sailed the night before. It really has to do what you did days leading up to it. And in hindsight, I think it was just a really cost-efficient way to feed a bunch of runners. So,
yeah.
So it really does, like I said, it takes time for your body to break down the carbs and turn them into the glycogen stores that you need while you're in that workout. All right, this is my favorite graphic that we're going to use tonight. I love this one. Yep. Kelsey and I use it with all of our clients. And if there's anything you take away from this talk tonight, this is a big one. This is the big secret. This is what everybody needs to be doing as far as their plate's concerned. We stress on a daily basis, eating whole foods, getting a balance of carbs, fat, and protein, and eating this consistently throughout the day, not just one meal or two meals. This includes your snacks as well. In our nutrition program, we really try to focus on just one thing at a time. And if you're looking for the secret, it's in that slide. That's it right there.
Yep.
The plate method. The day before you work out, you're looking to fuel for success, use the plate method. Half of your plate, make it non-starchy vegetables, and a quarter of the plate lean protein, and a quarter starchy carbs, and then add in some healthy fats. You can see here they've pictured avocado, olive oil works. And, for some people that don't like avocado, I recommend, that you cook your veggies in the olive oil, and that tastes delicious. So you don't just have to pour it on there.
Yeah. So when we talk about balance, we're talking about that picture of having all the macros on our plate or on our snack.
Yeah. All right. So while eating a balanced diet the day before and the days leading up to it will, set you up for success. These are 3 good tips as far as, just say the night before and several days before even. But we do recommend skipping the alcohol. You just don't sleep as good. Sorry.
And it dehydrates you.
Yeah. So, let that one go that night. We do recommend that our clients drink at least 80 ounces of water to stay hydrated. And that's a lot of water for people who haven't done that before. It can be kind of eye-opening. I even go through times where I measure out my own just to make sure I'm staying on track every so often.
Yeah.
And the other things to get a good night's sleep the night before. Sleep is a game changer for so many things. Yeah. So performance, of course, is huge.
Yeah. So now that we talked about the day before your workout or your performance, let's talk about how to best set ourselves up for success the day of. This is really fun. It's fun to talk about the timing of things and kind of the balance that you need throughout the day. And these are some really easy things that are just going to make you feel your best on game day. With events such as the Open, we know there are some that hit the workout first thing in the morning. Good for you guys, the Blaine crew, and those who opt for the evening, and that is fine too. We are going to break our day into those two tracks here next. So if you're someone who loves to hit your workout in the morning, you want to make sure you eat, okay? Like you need to have food in your body. When you wake up, you are fasted, and that is not going to end well when you are under high intensity in something like an open workout or really a workout of the day here at this gym. So remember those glycogen stores? Well, overnight, we naturally enter a fasted state where our bodies utilize those glycogen stores for energy. Eating before is a must to help us replenish those lost energy stores. But remember, it takes time for our body to convert our food energy. So try to wake up a little bit earlier. I know on a competition day, I actually kind of eat a little bit earlier than I normally do, especially if like an event is early in the morning, and it's only to be able to eat. Like, so I'll eat and then maybe take a nap and then wake back up and get ready to go. We should aim to get healthy carbs and protein. And if you are someone who struggles with feeling nauseous, if you eat before a morning workout, try to lean into liquid sources such as a smoothie or applesauce mixed with protein powder or non-fat Greek yogurt. Liquids just tend to sit a little bit easier on your stomach, and they're going to be able to digest a little bit faster and hopefully make you not feel as nauseous, but still give you some nutrients for your body to have during your workout. Liquid sources are easier for our body to digest and utilize as energy as well. So that's why we recommend liquids for our morning folks. Smoothies are great. I know that the smoothies have worked well for a lot of my morning workout clients. Notice that in these suggestions, we're only suggesting carbs and protein, but not fat. Fat naturally slows down the digestion process. So the way that our body breaks down carbs and protein, fat slows down that process. It delays gastric emptying, which slows down the amount of time the carbs and protein can get into our cells. So it takes longer for your body to actually take in the things that you've given it. So we recommend try to keep the fats away from your workout for about 1 to 2 hours after you're done. So that means if you've recovered and you've had a shake, which we'll talk about here in a second, at your next meal, throw some avocado in, put those healthy fats, but let's try to avoid having them around your workout. So our next bucket of people is if you're someone who hits a workout in the evening. It is encouraged to have a normal balanced breakfast, lunch, and a few snacks, okay? We want to have those fats in the morning and midday to help carry your energy through and help break down all of your food. But then right before you work out, let's have some carbs, okay? We want to fuel ourselves throughout our day and also have an additional carb before the workout. Again, a liquid such as applesauce is a great idea if you're somebody who food just doesn't sit well on your stomach before you work out. I know that Gatorade can also be a good option for some people. We also carry a carbohydrate powder here. It's called Fuel 5. It is great, sits really well on your stomach, and it's a great carb source if you need some liquid energy before a workout. The last two aspects of nutrition on the day of is first, do not try anything new the day of an event, okay? This is not the time to experiment with any new food or supplement or any bright, shiny thing that you saw on Instagram, okay?
Or pre-workout.
Or pre-workout, which we will talk about it. But trying a new food the day of leaves uncertainty when it comes to your workout hour. What if the new food doesn't sit well and you're like running to the bathroom in the middle of whatever heavy thrust or burpee workout Dave Castro is going to have us do? I promise having an upset GI tract is the last thing you want to worry about. There's going to be a lot going on. Stick to the foods you know. If you're interested in new food for performance, test it out the week before so there are no surprises on game day. The second thing we want to hit on here is everyone loves to ask us about pre-workout. Everyone wants to be amped up and ready to go. I should take pre-workout, rage. Yes. And if you take pre-workout on a daily basis and that is your routine and you know it makes you feel good, go for it, but with a hint of caution. Okay. And we'll talk about that here now. If you're about to do an open workout where your heart is about to spike and you need to focus on breathing control and not having a panic attack and not freaking out, why add in extra caffeine? and beta alanine and things that are already going to make you jittery. Adrenaline is a powerful, powerful drug. Okay. So use the adrenaline to your advantage and don't necessarily feel like you need to rely on that caffeine unless it's just something that is in your routine already and you're okay with it. But back to point number one, the open is not any time to try anything new. Okay. So now is not the time to just try a pre-workout because your body probably isn't going to like it. So we recommend skipping the pre-workout on something like a game day situation rather than just everyday training. Mostly because you have more adrenaline in your system.
And there'll be plenty of people here to cheer you on and get you like super excited. So,
you use the natural pre-workout in the air of CrossFit identity. We have lots of it.
Lots of it. All right. So we discussed what we're going to do the day before our workout and the day of. And now we're going to talk a little bit about what it looks like in regards to your recovery.
And this is so important.
We get this question a lot. Go ahead and start getting in the mode of packing these things to have them in your gym bag for when you come do your workout after the open. I mean, it's just going to help so much. A good rule of thumb is to have a whey protein shake or some sort of vegetarian alternative. If that's the route you want to go, have it ready to go after your workout is over. You're going to want to add a carb to the shake. Coconut water is a good option, or some Gatorade. I personally do a scoop of vanilla protein powder with about 2 teaspoons of the orange powdered Gatorade, and it tastes like an orange creamsicle. And I've done that for years, and I pack it every morning, and it's just what goes in my bag. So
I mix mine with the Fuel 5 that we mentioned earlier, and this tastes like a yummy, like berry dessert, similar to the Gatorade, but another carb option.
Yep. And so, again, good protein and carbs is our focus, and you want to get this in within 1 to 2 hours after you're done working out. And I'm sure this will be the case, as it always is, and I wouldn't expect it any other way on Saturdays when we do open workouts here at the gym. There's going to be donuts and pizza and all those fun things.
Hopefully duck donuts.
Duck donuts, yeah, which are fine. They're totally fine. I just, I would recommend for myself, as I would for any of my other clients, have your post-workout shake. Have one of the treats, indulge some, and then move on. Move on. Don't rely on those things to fuel you after you've done a big open workout. It's just not going to set you up real well. And you're going to tend to overindulge in the treats and the pizza and all that stuff. So have your post-workout shake. All right. And the big thing here also is just consistency. And we say this a lot with our clients. It's such a big key, and it's so important when you're putting all of this together. So it's, again, consistently what you're eating over the long haul every day, as well as having your post-workout shake regularly after all your workouts. So it's just going to help you perform your best and replenish and refuel and, recover so much faster.
Okay, so I know we've talked about a few different products briefly about like whey protein and carbs and things like that. And as we've recommended these things, a common question we get asked is what kind of protein and what brand should I get? And just to make you guys aware that the supplement industry is not regulated by the FDA. This means that these supplement companies can lie about what they're putting into their products. So it does kind of make the supplement game kind of intimidating for people because there's so many options and you don't really know what you're getting and what you can trust. So what we like to look for in finding a product is we like the taste of it, but we also want to know that it has quality ingredients, and we need to know how to find that. So you want to find a product that has the informed choice stamp on it on the front of the bag. This is telling you that they are high quality with truthful labeling. Okay. We recommend both X-Works and X-Endurance products. We know these brands, we trust them, and we know that they are clean, high quality proteins. And they're good options, and we would be happy to show you guys more of those back here if you ever have any more questions, and use us as a resource if you need help with kind of sifting through supplements, because it can be overwhelming. But they can be useful for sure, and when used the right way. So we have our post-workout protein and carbs, but what does the day after look like to help us recover to get ready for the next one? Okay. I've seen it happen a lot. It's happened to myself. We get through the first 2 weeks of the open and then week 3 is a dumpster fire. And a lot of the times that is because our central nervous system is fried. we've had a really great week 1. Week 2's also been awesome. And then we're like, ooh, let's eat all the donuts and the pizza and beer and yay, fitness. And that is what leads to the crash. Okay. So back to the consistency thing, that is what we're looking for. Okay. The best thing you can do for yourself is staying consistent with your intake, especially protein, allowing yourself to take a rest day. Okay. Let me say that again, take a rest day. I get that sometimes people like to redo workouts and, put all their effort in, but you sometimes are going to do yourself more of a favor by taking a full day off and focusing on your nutrition rather than coming in here and doing more muscle up practice or redoing a workout or something like that. Fueling for success is not about what you do right around the workout. It's about what you're doing consistently every single day. And they add up over time and they help you perform your best. Also consider, back on the supplement talk, adding in omega-3 fatty acids. So this is a supplement that we recommend to pretty much everybody. We do provide them here through Pure Encapsulation. So if you ever need some, feel free to run back here and get some from us. But that is an essential component of breaking down inflammation in our body. And it's also something that most Americans just do not get from their food. You would have to be eating like high quality fish and a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I personally take 2 a day. So does my husband. Yeah, I mean, they are just an essential part of making sure that our bodies have less inflammation.
All
Yay.
right. Okay. So with the open, right around the corner,
Yay.
I hope you guys found this information helpful and will help towards fueling for your success. And thanks for being here. If you are looking to dial in the details and work on the foundational habits, you can schedule a free intro with either myself or Kelsey, and we'd be happy to talk with you more. We also have, and I know some of you are signed up for the nutrition challenge, which is right around the corner on March 1st. We will keep signups open until the 23rd.
Next Wednesday.
Yep. You can sign up on the whiteboard in the gym, or you can sign up through SugarWOD. And so now we're going to open up for questions.
Yeah. So questions, we're going to first answer, I think, 4 questions that we took from your intake forms. So we do read those and we picked some that kind of related to the topic tonight. So if we don't get to your question today, that would be a perfect reason to book a free intro. So come on in and see us. But the first question that we got is good foods to have on hand. And I'm going to take this from the lens of good foods to have on hand for training and performance. My first go-to is fruit. That's easy to pack and lightweight and a good, easy, quick carb source. So my go-to is an apple, just because I know that it is going to not get crushed in my bag, and it's hopefully going to taste good and feel good in the middle or after a workout. Bananas, berries, things like that. Another good go-to that I recommend are just smoothie ingredients, like having all of those in your fridge and available, ready to go, is just helpful to have. So spinach, yogurt, chia seeds, things like that. Different protein options are also great to have on hand. So different meats, jerky, whey, things like that. And then just other carb sources that are good to have on hand that typically stay good for a while. Things like oatmeal, sweet potatoes, and rice. So yeah, those are my foods I would recommend to have on hand when it comes to fueling yourself.
Okay. All right. Next question we have is, do I really need to drink a protein shake? And the answer is yes. Yes. And yes, yes, you do. And I think we talked about this actually in the last nutrition talk that we did. Even there was the question of, does an athlete who does the workout scaled need to, and we said, you know what? The stimulus is the same. Yeah. Your body needs to be replenished. So yes, we recommend that you have protein. I prefer whey protein with some carbs. Like I said, I put a little bit of powdered Gatorade with mine, and I even tack on a little no sugar added packet of applesauce.
Yeah, she's always eating it when I come out from
delicious. It's so good after you work out. So yes.
Okay. Question number 3. Love this one. Fueling on rest days versus a training day. And the answer, and I'm sorry, is it depends because it does. It depends on you as a whole individual and what your whole day looks like in terms of your job and working out, how many hours that is and how many days a week. It also depends on your goals. Like, where do you want your fitness journey to take you? And are you trying to get better at aerobic versus strength? Like there are just so many different factors. So it depends. But this is where having a coach is really, really helpful because they're going to help you figure that out and find out what works best for you. In general, though, broad advice I would say is that you should just listen to your body. If you're on a rest day and if you're starving, do not feel like you need to restrict yourself from calories because it probably means that your body is working really hard to recover. So giving yourself some extra fuel probably wouldn't hurt in helping you recover. Would you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Number 4.
That was it.
Oh, that's it. Okay. The question is how to know the right amount of protein, like the right amount of protein to have in a day. Yeah. So nutrition coaches are really good to help you with.
It's another, it depends answer.
Yeah. I mean, we take into account your activity level, again, your job, lifestyle, your age, your percentage of body fat. I mean, all of that plays into, the calculations that we do. And we do tweak that over time. It really kind of depends. And we try to find that sweet spot, where a client is achieving their goals and they're not hungry and they can still enjoy themselves and live their life. Yeah. So,
All right. Okay, so those were our final questions that were submitted by you guys beforehand. Thank you, we appreciate it. And now we will take just 5 minutes or so. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And let's see. And we will also take questions from Facebook too. So Facebook people, if y'all have asked anything. I can't see it.
I don't see any on
Here, I'll walk around and I'll check.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Eric's got some questions. All right, Eric, thank you. Questions. Is the nutrition plan for weight loss the same nutrition plan for performing well in workouts? Do you want to?
Yeah. I would say kind of depends on where you're starting at and where you're wanting to go with it too. But in general, people who are on more of a performance plan, I would say also, sorry, it depends. But it depends on how much you're working out. So if you're on the higher end, if you're in here every day doing the competitors programming and you're training for 2 hours a day, you're probably eating more carbs. That would be the one biggest difference. Yeah. But everyone's still getting their protein. Everyone's still eating balanced meals across the day, things like that. So I hope that helps.
All right. And then I think he had a second question. Wait, hold on.
Okay, so we got a question. If you are out and have to go with a fuel source that is pre-packaged, is there a food or brand product you recommend? I feel like you have a few, like the applesauce ones and RX bars.
I would say, I love RX bars. I do. Those are probably my go-to balanced thing if I need to grab something. And again, everybody's different, but I always carry an RX bar and a mini RX bar in my purse just in case. I do love them, but sometimes for me, I'm a smaller athlete and a whole RX bar is a lot. And so I like to carry the mini ones. And I've been known, of course, I have 3 kids. And so, we've been at QT or wherever places and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to grab a snack, so I know I can generally grab some beef jerky and some fruit if I need to, if I'm in a pinch, or when we go on trips and things like that. So those would probably be my super, super convenient ones. The other one that is very portable that I move around a lot with is a yogurt, a Greek yogurt, and I'll put some fruit in there with some chia seeds, and I can usually kind of drive people around and eat that.
The carpool life.
Yay. Yeah.
So. Okay. Our next question, should you eat more protein and carbs for gaining muscle compared to losing fat? In general, Yes, but with a grain of salt because it depends on your body type. So this is again where it's helpful to maybe get your biometrics tested, which we do during both our nutrition challenge and also with in-person, like individual coaching, because we can kind of get a gauge on your body type, meaning body fat percentage, your natural amount of lean body tissue, and like your resting basal metabolic rate and things like that. We take into account a lot of different numbers to kind of come up with numbers that work best for you. And that's why this is an all individualized coaching program. Okay. Let's see. Next question. What words of advice do you have for the person who only has the willpower to last about 1 week on a nutrition plan before they start eating pizza and tacos? We can be your friend.
Well, I was going to say that the other good thing, I do really like the practice that we do here. I think for folks that do really good for say 1 week at a time, they do great. And then they tend to fall off. Is generally because you're changing too many things at one time. And it's great to come in all enthusiastic and we are CrossFitters and we want to do everything and we want to do it the best and the fastest and those sorts of things. But a lot of times with nutrition, it is so habit-based that it is so important. If you want to still be doing these same habits a year from now, changing one thing at a time and having someone to hold you accountable is going to help you so much more in the long run. So that would be.
If someone's ever asking you to do 12 things and it feels overwhelming,
run the other way.
Run away. We kind of have a goal for like each other, like a standard we hold with all of our clients is that we want our people leaving here feeling like we didn't give them enough to do.
Yes,
They're like, wait, is that it? That's too easy.
Then go show me.
Yeah, go show me that you can do it. And that we've seen time again be the most effective way to stick with something.
Yeah, we're humans. That's how our brain works. And we need little wins and we build off the little wins and then they become big wins.
Yeah. And that's actually what our 6-week challenge is all about. It's about habit stacking and creating really, really good foundational, like, okay, I did this for a week. I know I can keep doing it. And now I'm going to do it a new thing this week. But I'm going to keep doing the other thing. Like that's what it's all going to be about. So
if anybody wants a good book read along those lines, James Clear, Atomic Habits is a great one. And this is very much in line with the philosophy of the nutrition program that we run here. So it's a good one.
All right. I think we're going to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
We had fun.
I hope
I hope you guys learned something and are able to apply some of these things to your daily nutrition lives. And we are super excited for the Open and we're really excited to start our nutrition challenge.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already here. So get signed up. We are going to send out an email to the winner of a free entry into that challenge. So just be on the lookout for an email from us for that. And we look forward to seeing y'all there and seeing you guys for the next time we do a talk. We'll do this again in April.
All right, y'all have a good night. Bye. All right.